Good evening. Thank you everybody for coming out for our 4th grade concert. It's great to have parents back in the auditorium, and our kids are lining up back there as we go through this. Our title for tonight's presentation is Christmas in America. A special shout out to our 4th grade teachers here, Mrs. Adams, Mrs. Bauman, Mrs. Stoger, Mrs. Wilson-Minor, and Mrs. McSherry, Mrs. Melton, Mrs. Sanchez, Mrs. Freeman, and Mrs. Stasiak. Our IAs, Mrs. Mendez, and our special teachers, Mrs. Guard, Mrs. Funk, Mrs. Downs, and Mrs. Thomas, and Mrs. Schwenk. And a special shout out to our parent volunteers, Mrs. Mendez, Mrs. Howell, and Mrs. Conliff. Thank you for all your assistance. Hey, and a shout out to our custodians helping us out here in the Riddle office staff. After the concert, and I'll say this again once we end where your kids will be at, but they'll go back with their teacher to their meeting rooms. So if your student is in Mrs. Adams, Mrs. WM's, or Ms. Stoger's class, you'll be in the library. And then if your student is in Mrs. Bauman's, Mrs. McSherry, or Mrs. Sanchez's class, you'll be in the choir room. Okay, they will need some extra time to exit the stage and change costumes, so you don't have to hurry to those areas. Just please wait until all the students are out of the hallways. Okay, please stay out of the aisles and out of the doorways, please. Make sure our phones are silent, so if you could take a moment to check that real quick to make sure your phone is on silent. RTC is recording the performance tonight, and so we'll try to let you know when that will be broadcasted, and if I can, I'll send a link out to everybody too so you can watch that. Okay, our copyright statement here says this performance includes copyrighted materials which have been properly licensed specifically for this event. However, audio and or video recording for rebroadcast or distribution in any way without the express written consent and proper license from the author is a violation of federal copyright law. So, with that, we present to you Christmas in America.
America has been called a melting pot, a place where many different cultures are blended together. Almost everyone who lives in America has roots that started in another country not so long ago. From Europe, Africa, Asia, South America, and all over the world, people have come to America's shores and have brought their traditions with them. Even though we live together now, we try to remember where we came from, whether it was 2 years ago or 200 years ago. Christmas is one of the special times when we Americans can express our cultural heritage. It gives us the opportunity to carry on some of the traditions of our families and our ancestors.
Since the time of Columbus, explorers and settlers have brought their traditions of Christmas with them to America. When the Pilgrims first made their treacherous voyage to America in 1620, they arrived just before Christmas Day. Though their celebration was humble, it was joyous. They had brought holly, ivy, and laurel with them on their arrival.
Not all of the early settlers felt the same way about Christmas. Some religious groups banned it completely. Even as recently as the 1800s, some places in America did not recognize Christmas as a holiday, and children were in school on Christmas Day. As America grew, Christmas time became a special time of year for more and more people, especially after America gained its independence. The first state to declare Christmas as a legal holiday was Alabama in 1836. By 1890, all of the states had followed Alabama's example.
Even though the cultures and traditions of Christmas in America are so diverse, one thing is common to everyone: the Christmas spirit. The sense of family, friendship, love, hope, peace, and joy. Everyone tries to be with the people they love at Christmas time to share their Christmas parents.
love to share in the holiday season is music. Whatever our culture or origins, much of our Christmas music was born right here in the United States. Many folk songs, or old-time songs, as they were once called, helped to develop America's own Christmas traditions. This folk music grew out of simple, homespun Christmas worship and celebration, and the people who played and sang them were often from the rural parts of America. The music was seldom written down. Instead, it was passed from place to place and from generation to generation by the folk musicians. Folk carols expressed the feelings of the simple folks who sang them.
The most common Christmas folk songs involve the retelling of the Christmas story, from the journey to Bethlehem to the birth of Christ's child to the great rejoicing afterward. Folk carols express the feelings of simple folks who sang them.
And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you, ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men.
The sacred meaning of Christmas continued to find its way into American music and to earn a place for itself in the world of Christmas music. The first American song to be accepted worldwide as a Christmas carol was We Three Kings. Another American carol that followed was It Came Upon the Midnight Clear.
Kings of old
One of the most expressive styles of American music is the spiritual. Spirituals were created by descendants of African heritage, many of them slaves before the Civil War. Along with jazz, spirituals have been called one of the few types of music that are truly American. Christmas spirituals, like other holiday folk songs, frequently describe the Christmas story, or some part of it. And the people who sing them also express their feelings through their music.
Children, two for pollen.
1862, Clement Moore wrote a poem entitled A Visit from St. Nicholas. In it, he describes the image of Santa Claus like this.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes how they twinkled, his dimples how merry, his cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. Thanks to his vivid description, Ernest Thomas Nast drew many drawings of Santa Claus during the 1800s. His pictures brought to life that wonderful character that all Americans have come to know and love.
American Christmas music has also celebrated Santa Claus in many songs. From Jolly Old St. Nicholas and Up on the Housetop to countless originals and parodies, Santa Claus has become an all-American legacy.
No matter how you celebrate Christmas, Christmas in America has become a time of helping others, caring for those in need, and hoping for a brighter tomorrow. We share this statement with you as we sing, Christmas Comes from the Heart.
Hoping, caring, helping, sharing, Christmas.
Now we will share the joy of Christmas with you as we bring our concert to a close with a song and surprise.
And a round of applause for Mrs. Weaver.
Yeah, you should know that by now. I just have to say, this has been a long time coming, because this is the group of kids that were on stage, just finished their dress rehearsal, when they were told they could not do their performance. So this has been something that is very dear to me, that these guys get a chance and just share with you the talent and the joy and I mean, they're awesome kids. You guys have done a great job.
And no one was more heartbroken, I know, when that happened than Mrs. Weaver. And it was because of the kids in this group here. So you students should know how much she cares about you and how hard she fought to make sure that you can be up here on the stage tonight.
Thank you.
Your student. In the library will be Mrs. Adams, Mrs. WM, and Mrs. Stoger. And in the choir room, Mrs. Bauman, Mrs. Busheri, Mrs. Sanchez. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.